Pause the video to read this disclaimer, or don't if you don't care, or if you don't know how to read. So today I noticed this level, which had only ever been cleared by a TAS, and I set out to see if I could become the first flesh creature to ever clear it, and it turns out the guys made other levels like it before, so I thought I'd give that one a look as well because I enjoyed the first challenge so much. Now, this one hits the ground running, or rather juggling. Mario must balance 2 Buzzy Beetles and a Mecha Koopa in order to both clear out the piranha plants and push through the yellow blocks. I was able to do this after getting circus training and juggling 2 Joy-Cons and a Pro Controller in real life with the motion controls on. This is then followed by a few precise, rapid-fire shell jumps through a tight spike corridor, followed by one last herb we need to trim to get out of the opening section. Conveniently, the Mecha Koopa returns to life in midair, allowing Mario to bounce off of it, grab a POW block, and sneak his way through one-way blocks to find Yoshi. Yoshi proves to be helpful by spitting out a spring and then immediately falling down upon a truck full of pillows, while Mario takes out the piranha and stands on top of the POW block in one swift move. I actually screw this section up a lot, but luckily the key door transition allows me time to turn the motion controls back off so they won't tamper with the rest of the level. I have to move immediately because of that falling icicle, so I grab the springboard, throw it at the on-off switch, and land inside the blue blocks a few times while the Potaboom melts the coin blocks. I recommend playing this part with a trowel to more easily scrape Mario's body from the wall in a swift manner. Then what follows is more of the same, and remember to spin jump when they hit the exit so that Mario can land on this spiny shell. Once you land on this platform, you need the invisible block to perform a shell jump in order to get the key. This time the door transition allows me to put down my trowel and pick up my power glove. Using the power glove, I take Mario's hand in real time to grant him temporary 3-dimensional object placement power so that he can get rid of those POW blocks and spin jump on the Bob-Omb. After a few more spins, we throw the bomb up and I once again take Mario's hand with the power glove so that he doesn't get hit by these otherwise unavoidable Potaboos. This may sound like it's way too much for anyone to do, especially at this high pace, but my calm demeanor of speaking should tell you that this is something I'm pretty accustomed to by now. What follows is a beautifully set up double meow dive along with a fake midair, which I always appreciate since they were taken away from us in Maker 2. All that's left is a little item juggling with Yoshi and then a pixel perfect stop, which requires a pixel perfect lineup before grabbing a POW and trimming one last herb. Now, that level was intense, but as I said, I found another one by the same guy and decided to see if it was up to snuff, and it absolutely was, so here's the intro to that second level without any visual transition whatsoever. After making our ultra-precise landing, we go for another ultra-precise landing on this donut block to get Mario the springboard he needs to continue. Mario throws the spring upward a few times to collect a shell, which he then uses as both a projectile and a platform, and then does the same with the next Koopa. If we make a single frame jumping input on this exact frame that we land on the skull, Mario will land on the ice block with precisely 1 frame to spare before its instant disintegration, so that we can move on to the next room. During this door transition, I put on 4D goggles to get a better idea of which individual subpixels are safe to land on, because this room, while inherently self-explanatory, is also inherently uber precise. But again, as you can tell from the tone of my voice, I've got this. Eventually. Once you get the key, the room stops being self-explanatory because you then have to drop the springboard and perform an off-screen jump and find a way to land on the correct subpixel. If I didn't have 4D goggles, this grind would have taken me at least another hour. Anyway, what follows is a boss battle where Mario has to throw a bunch of shells around while dodging an entire screen's worth of boos. It would take too long to explain every individual jump, so I'll just say that once I saw this room, I took it upon myself to buy every single Toho game and play them all until I could beat them all in lunatic mode without taking a single death, and this room was pretty much a cakewalk from there. Although I have to admit, landing on that P-switch on the exact last available frame before being burned to death did take some nerves. The penultimate room features another extremely mega precise Yoshi shell spitting trick, so it's a good thing I played that other level to get mentally ready for this being one of the last challenges. And whenever I accomplish something meaningful, like beating levels originally only meant for a TAS, I like to place something on my wall to commemorate the moment. So, because as of this recording, Niftski and LeKukie are almost about to tie the Super Mario Bros. TAS, I decided to put them on my wall. Pretend that was edited better.